Hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to give you my July hopefuls. I am a little bit ambitious with this one. Um, I just like everyone, no promises. But I'm gonna try it. We're gonna attempt it to read as many of these on this list as I can. I kind of just threw it together because I'm still in my vampires, Summerween, queer horror, vibes. So I'm gonna keep going off of that, but also I have been influenced by having my bookshelf and a seat next to my bookshelf, which I think this will be my new setup, at least for now. Hopefully it stays like this because I am enjoying the way that you can see my bookshelf while I do this. So, to get started, salutations, starlings. I'm Sweetling, and this is. I'm going to get into the ones that I am currently reading because those I have a better likelihood of finishing them. Some of them are carrying over from last month. Some of them are I have been reading for a while. I paused on them for a second, for a moment, for a few months, but I want to finish them. So let's deep dive. Let's deep dive. Let's truly get into it. Starting off with Lord of Ruin by K.M. Emright. This is the sequel to Mistress of Lies. Um, this is a what I think it came out just last year. Let's see. Yeah, 2025 publication. Um, I'm very, very excited. I'm very intrigued. I'm already 7 hours in. I finished Mistress of Lies the last day of June, on June 30th, and immediately I knew I was going to want to read the sequel, so I had put it on my shelf, I think a day or two before then, and was like, yeah, I'm going to finish this. It's going to be the last book of June, and then I'm going to get into the sequel. So I am 7 hours in. I'm 41% done. I'm enjoying it. I don't want to tell too much because it continues right after the first book. So full of spoilers. Just read the first one first and then get into it. Um as I had assumed, my hold for Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil did not come in until the last week of June, but I was so preoccupied um with some things going on, plus what I was reading, plus I got distracted with fan fiction that I didn't even get into it. I have 8 days left on this hold. It is by the Queen V.E. Schwab. She writes such good books. This one came out, I believe, in 2025 as well. Yeah, it came out last year in 2025. This one is about vampires. Queer lesbian vampires, poly relationship, as far as I know. But that's it. That's all I know. That's all I know about this book. And I was on my list for it last month. And then, like I said, I just didn't get to it. Didn't happen. Gray Dog by Elliot Gish. It did come in, I want to say, maybe about like a week after I had said it would, during my June Hopefuls video. And I started it, but I didn't realize that I had placed a hold for the digital version and not an audio. Um, The previous two were audios. So I am very bad at reading digitally, which is hilarious considering my fan fiction addiction. But when it comes to digital books, I'm very bad at reading them. Very bad at getting into them. Unless I'm reading them on my iPad, I would say. That's the only time that I'm like, okay, let's let's get into it, you know. So I'm only 4% in. I am intrigued so far. Um this one is about like this spinster school teacher. I think they like she's literally a school marm is what they call her. And she's going to this like very small remote town and something's going on in the woods. All I know is that it's horror-esque, it's queer, and I was like, yeah, let's do it because this one has been out for a while, I want to say. Only 2 years. It was published in 2024. So, but I want to finish it. It is on. I renewed it actually. It was going to expire, but I was like, no, no, no. I'm intrigued. I want to continue. So I have 18 days left on this hold. Um, but I want to get into it. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and hopefully set some time and be able to finish it this month. Next on my list are my physical books because, you know, I have them with me now. So I would like to continue and finish them. But if I'm going to be reading physical books, I should finish Frankenstein. I've been meaning to, and I've been putting it off. It's just, it something about Victorian literature that was actually made during the time frame of like the 1900s, they're so wordy. Like it's not a bad thing, but they're so descriptive. It's a little jarring sometimes. I my brain tends to wander a little bit, and so sometimes I just get lost in the sauce and it makes it harder for me to sit down and read books made during that time period. But it, I I gotta finish it. It's a classic. It's on my mood board for 2026 to read this book this year because I can't start Crime and Punishment until I finish this. I'm only gonna tackle one classic literature book at a time at a time. Okay, so I gotta finish. Um, and if I'm finishing Frankenstein, I also need to finish Beowulf. I almost said Gilgamesh. I read that once. I don't remember anything about it, to be honest. But I gotta finish Beowulf. So, and here I thought that the modernized version was going to be easier than the, um, I want to say, the most notable translation. Um, I can't remember his name, but I think he was her mentor, the one who translate this, which is Maria Headley. Um, but yeah, I also have to finish that one. You know, I got a lot of books that are on pause. That are on pause. Next, I have We Mostly Come Out at Night. This was also on. I took the dust jacket off. I don't keep those. I take those off. I sometimes they're really pretty, but I can't read them with them on. Sorry. We Mostly Come Out at Night. It's an anthology. Um, I talked about it in my June hopefuls. The plan was to um like read one short story a night, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. The way my room is set up, I have no official nightstand, and they made these dang phones so addicting that I'm on my phone until it's time for bed. And then by the time it's time for bed, well, it's time for bed. Blood, Sweat, and Queers is also being added to the list. It was also on my June hopefuls. This one is all vampiric stories, all queer vampiric stories. This is another anthology. Another, read one story a night. Will I get to it? That's the hope. that's that's the hope. Um oops. The Black Flamingo is also on this list. By hold on, I only have the last name on that page. Dean Atta. Um I also took off the dust jacket for this one. This one I bought quite a few years ago when I still worked at Barnes and Noble. Lord drop. I used to work at Barnes and Noble. Uh, got it with my discount, and it is about a black queer drag queen, and I didn't think of it until after I had made the video for what I had hoped to read in June, because I didn't have my books with me. And so unpacking, I was like, oh yeah, this is a perfect book to read. But I never got to it, obviously. Um, but it's all done in a like I want to say long form modern poetry. At least that's how the pages are structured. And so it was really intriguing, and I was like, no, I really should get into this book. But I never got to it. So I'm putting it on the list. It's on the list. Let's see if I can get to it this month. And then to be truly ambitious, I have She Is a Haunting. I have the advanced reader copy. I This is another one I got from Barnes and Noble. This came out in February of 2023. So I don't have the nice version. Well, I mean, it's not nice version, but it's going to be slightly different. I don't know how different, considering it's the advanced reader copy. I have actually never got to any of my advanced reader copies that I actually own. But this one is also fitting the queer horror vibes that I was, trying to go for last month, and I've just kind of rolled over into this month. And I've heard a lot of great things about this one. And so I was like, yeah, let's see if I could do it. I'm going to get to it eventually, but hopefully eventually is this month. As well as I Fed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. This one I think I got recently. It's by Jameson Shea. I've been told that it gives Black Swan vibes. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And the sequel is out. I don't know when it came out, but I think it came out sometime within this year or last year. And I want to be on the hype train. I want to support. It's once again fitting the queer horror vibes, and I just I'm not ready to let queer horror go. Is basically what I'm saying. I'm not ready to let it go. It has a hold on me, and I just want to keep the vibes going. I'm being very ambitious with this list. I know, because this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did get to 8 books last month, so there's some hope. But I also have been exclusively doing audiobooks and like comic books just because they fit so well into my schedule. But I missed my books, and finally having them up on the shelf has been, my like, I need to read my physical books. Having them back has been like, I need to just sit down in a nice chair and pick up a book. So I'm hoping that I actually get to do that. I'm hoping that on my days off, I get to sit down in this nice chair by the books in all beautifully arranged in this bookshelf and actually get to sit down and read these. That is the goal. So, these are my July hopefuls. I am very, very, very hopeful and very ambitious that I get to these this month. But of course, things do change. I'm sure in a week there's going to be a book that I have either been eyeing that is available on my on Libby, or somebody on a Pinterest post says, "Hey, you need to read this," and that ends up taking priority over these, and I'm sure it's going to happen. But still, it's nice to have like a semi loose plan of like, this is what I should read for the month. Anyway, as always, it is so nice to talk to you guys, and I'm getting a bit more used to being in front of the camera, a little bit less awkward. Just letting the words flow. No thoughts, head empty, just words. Bad idea, but we're gonna let it be. Um, Filming these in one take because I cannot be bothered to edit. But I'm having fun. So hopefully I have more than just the 2 videos of what I read in June and this one to present to you this month. I But like always, my ideas are ambitious. Uh, that's all I got to say. They're ambitious. I got some plans for videos for this channel, but I have to sit behind my computer and actually write a script and edit those and then present them to you. So those may take a while. But for now, that is all. Please let me know what you have for your July hopefuls. And I didn't say this in my other video, but let me know what you read in June. I would love to know. Um, you can, yeah, put those in the comments. I want to know. What did you read for June? And what do you hope to read for July? And maybe one of your book suggestions will fuel me to read that instead of the ones I'm supposed to be reading because I said so. um, but yeah, it's been nice. For sure, for sure. I'll see you next month. At definitely, at least you'll see me next month to where we actually find out what I did read in July. But until then, I will be reading, hopefully. And if I'm not reading, I am gaming on Sweetling Screams. And you can follow me there if you are a gamer or you just want to support or you like watching videos where you have game music ambiance in the background. I like to do a lot of builds and character designing with minimal talking there. So maybe you need some background noise for your reading. Who knows? But for now, that'll be all. We'll see what I actually get to read. I'll probably throw something out of left field onto this list at the last minute, and that'll probably make it into my final, like what I read. But I'm ambitious, but I'm gonna try and stick with it. I'm gonna try. We'll see. um, like and subscribe, I guess, if you want to. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it if you did. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.